Goal number 24, comrades. I am Comrade Natasha Volkov. Eliminate all laws governing obscenity by calling them censorship and a violation of free speech and free press. Yuri Bezmenov reminds us of the simplest principle of KGB subversion. It is like judo. Turn your opponent's momentum against them. You take an active movement in society, such as sexual depravity, and you give it a push. Once upon a time, American culture had guardrails. The Hays Code kept Hollywood's kisses short and the feet on the floor. Obscenity laws still had teeth. The public square was not yet flooded. Then the strategy changed. Civil libertarian organizations, led most prominently by the ACLU, began treating every restriction on sexual content as an attack on freedom itself. The argument was elegant and effective. Call it censorship, and suddenly the defenders of standards sound like the villains. This changed the familiar face of the argument to one society had never seen before. It asked what is truly obscene, quantitatively. The courts cooperated. In 1957, Roth narrowed the definition of obscenity. In 1966, the Fanny Hill case raised the bar even higher. Material now had to be utterly without redeeming social value before it could be banned. Marcuse and the New Left taught that sexual restraint was not morality, it was bourgeois control. Liberate the erotic, they said, and you weaken the old order. The sexual revolution was never only about pleasure, it was about power. Once the legal barriers fell, technology finished the job. First the theaters spread the poison. But this required you leave your home and risk being seen. Soon you could purchase VHS tapes of any kind of uncensored filth you liked, and eventually DVD copies. Now the law had no teeth at all because this was not public exhibition. It was in your private home. And then the internet, and finally the tube sites put the last nails in the legal coffin. What had been restricted, then private, became free, unlimited, and permanent. From feet on the floor to the endless scroll. The old laws were not perfect, but they were a form of cultural immune system. We convinced a generation that the immune system was the disease. Very successful. On to the next victory, comrades.